Why is it that so many men struggle to get six-pack in the first place? There's a 6 key points which I want to point out, and if you can address them appropriately, you are going to be well on your way to getting six-pack and hopefully maintaining them along into the future. So, the first point is, you need to build up your self-discipline. Why is it, you may ask? Well, there's going to be a lot of days when you're motivated to go to the gym and eat the things which you're supposed to eat, and it's not really going to feel that difficult. It will probably feel like a walk in the park. However, there's going to be a lot of days when you're not motivated. And when there's no motivation, what you're gonna do? You need to rely upon your discipline in order to make sensible choices. To go to the gym, to do the cardio session, to eat the things which you're supposed to eat, not eat the things which you're not supposed to eat. Remember this. Motivation might get you started, but it's discipline that keeps you going. If you don't have strong self-discipline, you really are going to struggle. Next point you make sure you don't do is too much too soon. You need to understand, my friend, this is a marathon, not a sprint. What do I mean by this? I mean, a lot of people have this sudden urgent goal and motivation to have a six-pack. I'm sure it has happened to you at some point in life. You start doing push-ups in your room at 2 AM at night. But the next day you go back to eating junk food and playing video games, and unfortunately that's not how you get six-pack. You try to get results quickly, and most of the time it's just first of all not possible, and second of all extremely unsustainable. You'll just burn out, and people do this. So they try to do way too much cardio, they try to go to the gym way more often than it's required. At the same time they will drastically reduce their calorie intake, so day after day they are in a pretty aggressive calorie deficit. And maybe they'll see some results to begin with eventually, but eventually they're going to fail. It's going to be almost impossible to get stronger, to build muscle tissue and recover, and then you'll end up just wondering, why the hell am I living in the gym every single day? It's simply not sustainable, and most of the time people burn out and lose motivation, and they just stop completely, which is exactly what you don't want to be doing in reality. All you need to do is the basics repeated again and again and again, week after week for an extended period of time. You just have to be extremely consistent. You don't actually have to do anything crazy, just go to the gym at least 3-4 times per week. Make sure you keep it active, maybe do additional cardio on top, and eat appropriately, and don't go through periods of excessive binging or skipping the gym in the first place. The next point you need to do is first prioritize building muscle and building your metabolism before you think about getting on any kind of cut or extended period of time. To get your body fat below 10% and to get those abs visible if you have a slow metabolism and you don't have a huge amount of muscle to begin with, it's going to be extremely difficult to burn calories and to take away further calories from the limited amount which you're eating in the first place. You're just going to be a very skinny, fatty version of yourself, and you're not going to go anywhere. So first of all, it may take a couple of months or even a year to do this, so you need to build a substantial amount of muscle tissue for the foundation. By doing this, by eating more food, by building more muscle tissue, is going to have a higher metabolism in the first place, and when it actually comes to restricting calories again and trying to go on some kind of cut, at least you have something to cut away from. So make sure you do that. First, for most people, if they're starting off in the gym, realistically, you need to think the first couple of months of training is building muscle mass, and have some little periods in between where you're going back to maintenance and doing a little mini cuts to ensure the body fat doesn't get too high. But realistically, once you've got to a point where you have substantial amount of muscle tissue, then you can start to think about going on extended cuts to really get your body fat percentage down to the low levels. The next point, and this is very important, is you need to hold yourself accountable. You're responsible for every single thing which goes in your mouth, what doesn't go in your mouth, and you're also responsible for whether or not you're going to the gym, or whether you're going to skip the gym session, and how often you're going to exercise and how often you train. Or would you rather make a sacrifice of not having six packs, but have the luxury of getting to it whatever you want and basically exercising whenever you want? So it's a choice and it's up to you. And the last thing I would recommend is start some martial arts class. When it comes to getting a six pack, many people assume that simply doing endless amounts of abdominal exercise will do the trick. However, it's important to note that having a visible abs, it's not just having strong abdominal muscles. In order for your abs to be visible, you need to have a low enough body fat percentage for them to show through. But this is where martial arts training comes in. Martial arts training incorporates a range of exercises that are designed to help you build strength, increase your cardiovascular endurance and burn fat. Bodyweight exercises such as push-ups, squats and lunges can help you build muscle in your entire body, including your abs. Resistance training exercises such as weightlifting and resistor bands can further increase muscle mass and improve overall body composition. In addition to building muscle, cardiovascular exercises such as running, jumping rope and martial arts sparring can help you burn fat and improve your body's ability to use oxygen. This is important because the more efficiently your body can use oxygen, the easier it will be to perform intense workouts, which in turn can help you burn more fat. So there you have it, folks. 6 very important factors which are going to help you towards your fitness goals and having the glorious six-pack abs, which I am sure the majority of you would like to have yourself. So remember, my friend, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So now what I want you to do is I want you to close YouTube and go hit that workout like mother.